Cavour is currently the largest operational surface combatant built in Italy after the Second World War. She has some unique features which give her more capabilities than the classic design in its class. As a weapon detective, we're now investigating the Cavour, the multi-purpose aircraft carrier of the Italian Navy. Cavour, the flagship of the Italian Navy, is one of the essential naval assets of NATO in the Mediterranean. This multi-purpose surface combatant offers a fresh perspective on modern light aircraft carrier concepts. Before analyzing Cavour, let's briefly look at her history and features. Italy started its aircraft carrier development works as early as 1925. This year, the Italian Navy acquired the civilian train ferry Gita di Messina and began to convert her into a seaplane carrier as Giuseppe Miraglia. Yet she primarily served as an experimental catapult ship for most of her career. When a new world war was on the horizon, the majority of the Italian Navy staff generally had still unfavorable opinions about having an aircraft carrier. Nevertheless, when Italy joined the war in 1940, it decided to convert the ocean liner Roma into an aircraft carrier as Aquila. However, the ship remained unfinished when Italy signed the armistice in 1943. The Italian Navy commissioned 3 helicopter cruisers in the 1960s. Still, it had to wait for an actual aircraft carrier until Giuseppe Garibaldi entered the service on September 30, 1985. Shortly after the commissioning of Giuseppe Garibaldi, Italy considered building a second carrier with a 15,000-ton displacement, which would also have a slightly larger deck. However, due to the end of the First Cold War, the threat perception changed and the defense budget shrunk, leading to the project's cancellation. Still, after a while, the Italian Navy demanded a new carrier similar to the Spanish Navy's Príncipe de Asturias. However, Rome did not budget this project either. In 1995, Italy considered building a 13,000-ton amphibious assault ship this time. But subsequently, it switched to a larger amphibious assault ship capable of carrying 4 AV-8Bs and 6 to 8 AW-101s. After these plans, Italy decided to have a new 27,000-ton multi-purpose aircraft carrier to replace the aging helicopter cruiser Vittorio Veneto. She would also complement Giuseppe Garibaldi. Contrary to the initial plans, the Italian Navy significantly reduced the aircraft carrier's amphibious operation capabilities and cancelled the Valdoc. On November 22, 2000, Rome selected the local Fincantieri shipyard as the builder. Initially, the Italian Navy considered giving names as Luigi Einaudi or Andrea Doria to its new carrier. However, she was finally named as Cavour. She was laid down on July 17, 2000 and launched on July 20, 2004. This ship was built in 2 sections. Her sea trials began in 2006. Cavour was officially commissioned on March 27, 2008 and reached full operational capability on June 10, 2009. Besides conventional aircraft carrier operations, Cavour has a specialized design that allows for effectively performing command and control, amphibious assault, transport, and humanitarian missions. The hull and superstructure have 9 and 5 floors respectively. Under the flight deck, there is a 1,300 square meter area to accommodate command posts with 150 computerized operating stations. Beside the ship's Combat Information Center, this area contains Naval Task Forces Command, Joint Forces Command, and Amphibious Land Forces Command facilities. Cavour's command and control system was developed as a derivative of the identical system used on the Italian Navy's Orizzonte-class destroyers. Cavour has 2 engine rooms, each housing a pair of gas turbine engines. Each of these rooms also houses 3 2,950 horsepower Wärtsilä CW12V200 diesel generators. This design reduces noise and vibrations and improves survivability. Electric propulsion using a generator connected to the propeller shaft as a motor allows for low-speed cruise of up to 9 knots. By cruising at an economical speed of 16 knots, Cavour can perform operations for 18 days without refueling. Thanks to her 4 retractable active fin stabilizers, 2 on each side, the carrier can maintain her sea-keeping characteristics and perform air operations even in Sea State 6. The flight deck is 220 meters long and 34.5 meters wide. It has 8 aircraft parking positions and 6 helipads. The flight deck is spacious and durable enough to accommodate the CH-47 size helicopters. The runway is 183 meters long and 14 meters wide. The forward flight deck ramp is angled at 12 degrees. On the bow part of the flight deck, there is a space for lightweight helicopters operations intended for search and rescue. The hangar is 134 meters long, 21 meters wide, and 7.2 meters high. As the standard, it accommodates 12 AW101s or 8 AV-8B Harrier IIs. However, that hangar can house up to 16 aircraft if required. So, Cavour, which carries 22 aircraft in a standard mission, can increase this number to 36 for a short period. The hangar and flight deck areas allow for transporting up to 40 aircraft as cargo. 2 elevators connect the hangar to the flight deck. They can carry up to 30 tons. Cavour also has 2 ammunition elevators with a 15-ton load capacity and 2 service elevators with a 7-ton load capacity. Currently, Cavour operates 10 AV-8B Harrier IIs and 12 helicopters. The SH-101As are used for anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface warfare, and transport roles. The EH-101As with HEW-784 radar perform early warning duties. The AB-212s are tasked with rescuing pilots in case of an accident during takeoff or landing. The Italian Navy is replacing the Harrier IIs with F-35B Lightning IIs. Cavour was modernized for this transition between 2018 and 2020. In a standard operation, she will carry 10 F-35Bs in the hangar and 6 more parked on the deck. Initial operating capability for the Lightning II is expected in 2024. Thanks to 2 ramps, one at the rear and the other on the starboard under the island, the Cavour's hangar can also be used as a ro-ro garage. The ramp has a 70-ton capacity. It can also hold up to 24 Ariete main battle tanks, 50 Dardo infantry fighting vehicles, or over 100 Iveco LMV light armored vehicles. Additional vehicles and military loads can also be transported on top of the flight deck. To support an amphibious operation, Cavour can operate UH-101A heavy transport helicopters. The ship can also carry 4 LCVPs. As standard, 325 Marines are deployed on Cavour in such a mission. This number can be increased to 416 for a short period. Thanks to its high degree of automation, the Cavour has only a 451-person crew. The Cavour has an exceptionally high quality of habitability. Even the largest crew cabins have no more than 4 beds. The officers are accommodated exclusively in single cabins. On the other hand, this comfort doesn't apply to the Marines. They are housed in cabins with 21 beds. In humanitarian operations, the ship can accommodate 700 civilians. She can perform civil protection command post missions and provide electricity, drinking water, hot meals, and medical support. Cavour has 2 operating rooms, an intensive care unit, X-ray facilities, a dental clinic, and diagnostic laboratories. The complement of Cavour is 1,210 people, including 203-person flight group, 140-person command staff, and 416 Marines. The ship has a length of 244 meters, a beam of 39 meters, and a draught of 8.7 meters. Her standard displacement is 28,160 tons, while her fully loaded displacement is 29,900 tons. Cavour has 4 29,500 horsepower General Electric Avio LM2500 gas turbines in Kogak configuration. Her maximum speed is 29 knots. The ship has a range of 7,000 nautical miles, in other words, 13,000 kilometers, with an economical speed of 16 knots. Her L-band RAN 40L 3D surveillance radar has a range of 400 kilometers. It features track while scan capability.
The C-band EMPAR 3D multifunction passive electronically scanned array radar has a range of 480 kilometers. It can track up to 300 aircraft or smaller targets, such as missiles, and guide up to 12 Aster 15 air defense missiles. The X-band RAN-30XI RASS surveillance and surface radar can detect naval units, very low-flying aircraft, and approaching missiles, being very effective against sea-skimming ones at a range of 25 kilometers. Cavour also has the SNA 2000 mine avoidance sonar. The ship has 4 8-cell SYLVER A43 vertical launching systems, which can launch the Aster 15 air defense missiles with a 13-kilometer effective range. It has a maximum speed of Mach 3 and a 15-kilogram warhead. Cavour has two 76mm Strales guns, which can fire dart-guided projectiles against aircraft and sea-skimming missiles. It is coupled with the RTN-25X Orion fire direction radars and is currently the highest-range barreled close-in weapon system. The dart can perform 40G maneuvers and its effective range is 8 kilometers. Cavour also has two 25mm KBA 2580 guns with a rate of fire of 570 rounds per minute and a range of up to 2 kilometers. Cavour participated in the 2010 Operation White Crane, Italy's 2010 Haiti earthquake relief mission. On November 13, 2013, alongside the supply ship Etna, the frigate Bergamini, and the patrol vessel Comandante Borsini, she sailed out from Civitavecchia to the Persian Gulf and circumnavigated the African continent. In 2015, Cavour served as the admiral ship of the European Union Naval Force in the Mediterranean. Cavour has a different design philosophy. Of course, an ordinary aircraft carrier can also be used in humanitarian missions, to support an amphibious operation, or to provide command to a task force. Nevertheless, they are just improvised tasks. For example, the Royal Australian Navy used HMAS Sydney as a troop transport ship during the Vietnam War. On September 12, 1994, due to the situation in Haiti, USS Dwight D. Eisenhower and USS America deployed with a large contingent of Army helicopters on board with no air wings. Still, Cavour is the first in its class to be designed for them from scratch. So, she performs these duties more efficiently than others. This design philosophy is generally preferred for modern amphibious assault ships, especially landing helicopter docks. For example, the Spanish Juan Carlos I amphibious assault ship was designed with the same principles, but reversely. She's a landing helicopter dock but can also perform as an aircraft carrier to some degree. Still, her design limits her air operation capabilities as a carrier. On the contrary, Cavour is an aircraft carrier but can also perform as an amphibious assault ship to some degree. With its versatile design, this vessel provides the Italian Navy with much-needed flexibility in the new era of the Second Cold War. Italy plans to decommission Giuseppe Garibaldi on October 1, 2024. The newly built Trieste landing helicopter dock will replace her. So, two vessels built according to different approaches for similar missions will perfectly complement each other. According to our analysis, Cavour symbolizes that the Italian Navy is preparing for the new era better than many others. She offers more efficient and flexible solutions for modern naval combat requirements. Thanks for watching our video, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of our new videos. Also, you can now click the join button to support our channel. And as always, we would greatly appreciate all of your likes, comments, and shares.